Okay, so today's movie was I Care a Lot. Was made in 2020, starring Rosamund Pike, Peter Dinklage, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Eiza González. Um, Written and directed by J Blakeson. So it was premiered in the Toronto Film Festival in 2020 and was really quickly picked up by Netflix and Amazon Studios. For different parts of the world. I think Netflix has the US, but so by 20 or April 2021, Amazon said it had been watched by 56 million households. So I don't know what kind of money it makes because I guess, Netflix isn't going to just, tell us that. Um, and I didn't even see anything that said how much their budget was. So I don't have any information on that. It did win a Golden Globe. Rosamund Pike won Best Actress in 2021. So, I mean, if you all saw the movie, I hadn't seen it before. I was just kind of cruising through Netflix and came across it, and it looked interesting to me. And it's timely for some of you folks.
Hey, cute, Jeff. Young
Keep
whippersnapper.
it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
So be careful. So yeah, this lady was, I mean, if you saw it, I don't need to recap much, but so this lady was just finding rich elderly people who didn't have a family to look after them and was having them committed and taking all their money. Is essentially what it comes down to until she picked on the wrong person and all hell broke loose. And she actually still did pretty well until the very end. But there was a few places, you had to kind of suspend your disbelief, like when she got out of the car. There's no way that would have happened.
Mhm. You mean underwater?
Yeah, she was supposedly drugged, and all of a sudden she just woke up too. That was a little strange, but so I enjoyed it. It was fun. I kind of hated her. Um, I liked Peter Dinklage character. He was kind of fun. Uh, Similarly ruthless, but not not really mean to elderly people. But anyway, so it was a good show. It didn't take a lot of brain activity, so I guess she got what was coming to her in the end. So
I love a movie with a happy ending.
It really was. I mean, I wanted to see her get it.
yeah.
Mhm.
You really have to go some for me to pull for ruthless Russian mafia,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I was.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the killer's just a nobody from her early life.
Yeah, full circle.
Mm-hmm.
It was
But
an
That
arc,
was
Gary.
Well,
It was
Huh?
an arc. It was an arc because Feldstrom ran into her. He wanted to go see his mother. They kicked him out. Then he
Yeah.
saw Marla outside of a courthouse and told her, he goes, I hope that you're killed. Well, then he was the one in the end that shot and killed her. So
Yeah.
we have an arc.
that's
I'm not,
one of the
I'm
longest.
not sure that's an arc. I think that's a full circle. But there was nobody in this movie. They started as ruthless and they ended as ruthless. The only, nobody grew or changed. It was just a straight line. And, the only, like I said, I love a movie with a happy ending. I was cheering for the guy who got revenge on his mother. And, at least Peter Dinklage had a mother, that made him sympathetic.
Somewhat likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I
a
thought
great
his- I
goatee,
thought his-
Dr. Jeff. You have to be envious of his goatee.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Have you thought about Grecian formula on yours?
Sure.
No.
Manly
Yeah.
man.
I'd
Yeah.
have to get my mid face protruded a little bit too to really pull it off. Yeah, he's got some great facial expressions. So I gotta
Yeah.
say, when they get in close on him, he screws his face up in a way that really is meaningful. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I'm sure he did a lot of that in
Oh,
there.
he was great.
Well,
Yeah.
and he makes his schnauzer facial hair work and amplify
him.
his facial
Yeah.
expressions, you know.
Right.
No, that's funny.
Well, if you got like, it's one of those movies, you know, where it has one bad character and then another bad character, and so I was thinking, well, how do you resolve that? You know, how do you get who are you cheering for? You know, so like the ending was pretty logical, but I mean, I was sitting there thinking, I can't cheer for either one of these two people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Nobody like him.
it was playing out like, oh, okay, well, the lesser of two evils won. You know, I think that's how they were leading you on. It's like, okay, well, the lesser of two evils is going to win, and so see if you can be happy with that. And then then the real ending happens, you know. And I thought that was kind of interesting dynamic of the movie, is that how many movies do we see like that where you're cheering for the lesser of two evils? You know,
I wonder if the
Parker?
writers sat around and said, how many things can we attach to her to make her as unlikable as possible
Right.
to a mainstream audience?
Right. Like the vape thing that was
She
going.
vapes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's a lesbian. I mean, how
Mhm.
many audiences can we alienate all in one swipe? You know?
Well, you know, when I had never seen this before, I was thinking they called it a black comedy. I actually had to watch it twice because the first time I was so angry. I mean, I disliked her so much. And I kept on asking myself, is this really true? Of course, then I had to go, and I didn't find anything funny. I didn't find anything even, and I love a black comedy, but I didn't find it at all. I was just angry about it. And maybe again, because of our age, as you so notably reminded us of, Jeff. But I was just, you know, I don't have children, and I mean, I just, you know, connected that she was so awful. So then I went online and I was like, is this possible? Can it actually be done? And in actuality, it can, but it's in very, very rare cases now. And I guess because of something like this. So anyway, I said, well, why are they calling it a black comedy? I couldn't even get that. And then I went back and watched this a second time. And the second time I was laughing because then it started coming together. I wasn't so focused on how much I hated this woman, but I was more focused on the whole movie. And, you know, so if you break it down into three parts, you've got, you know, the con, her, you've got the revenge. I mean, not the revenge, you got the Russians, and then at the third part you kind of got the revenge, and then the denouement, you know, then the actual ending. So once I started looking, and that's when it started hitting me, all the funny parts, the way the supposedly sons that go in to find Jennifer in the old people's home, and how they are all dressed and how they're acting. And I mean, once I got the black comedy of it, I really enjoyed it on a couple of different levels. So it was, I enjoyed it. But boy, I was glad that she got her comeuppance, of course. But I often see that there's a lot of movies like this, it seems, that the men, and I know this sounds, I'm sounding like a feminist now, but that men that are greedy and hurt people but they seem to get away with it. They never end up, not all, but a lot, like, you know, Enron and all that, all those movies that were made, and they walk away. They're rotten, no good characters, and they walk away and live the rest of their life in, you know, in riches.
What's your point?
Well, that how come as you think. So that's the one thing that I noticed. But anyway, once I started seeing the funny parts about it, I mean, the suit that the attorney wore, the
Yeah, that's good.
everything. There were so many things in there that, and everyone was so afraid of little, you know, little tiny Peter Dinklage. I mean, it was like they were shaking. They were so afraid of him. And he loved his little long johns, you know. I mean, it was just the second time around, I really saw the humor, but the first time I did not at all. So that was my take.
I watched this before, but I enjoyed a lot watching it again because I had kind of forgotten the whole middle part with the Russian stuff and the ending. I remembered that there was a nice resolution, and I was like, well, this isn't happening the way I thought it was supposed to, but it did. It was good that way. Do you guys think that she looks like the guy from Silence of the Lambs? Completely blocking his name.
She looks
Hannibal
like
Lecter.
Yeah, the guy. You know who I'm
she
talking
looks
about.
like Hannibal Lecter.
Like Anthony Hopkins. The way she uses her face, and like that look on her face behind me, that looks like something he would do to me. I don't know. I just connected those two somehow.
Oh, the mom.
Oh, you're talking about Dianne Wiest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. She's from
okay. I
Kansas
thought you were
City,
talking about
too.
Rosamund Pike.
She is.
No.
Dianne
Oh,
Wiest is
geez.
from Kansas City.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yes. She was wonderful. Oh my gosh, she was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked her. She was at Edward Scissorhand, right?
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff, and she's well trained and well recognized in the acting world.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
No,
she always plays a mom. Usually it's a real conservative, loving mom. I love this, that she comes across as so sweet, and then, you know, she could kill if she had to. It was kind of,
She almost got away with that.
Yeah. That was she did phenomenal, really well. Yeah. I like that.
I don't know what site it was on. I was before we got online, I went back and looked at some of what the reviewers said. And there was this one stream, and I don't think it was professional reviewers, it was just people like us. And they went off on this whole tangent of why is it entertaining to watch white people take advantage of the system, and why is that entertaining? It happens all the time. That's how the world works. White people taking advantage of other white people and scamming the system, and I'm used to it, and this is not entertaining to me.
Wow.
Okay.
Kind of missed the point, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't get the black comedy part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I didn't find it amusing at all. Like wicked, it was sinister. The cons that were always going on. I mean, who has that kind of way of thinking that they come up with those sort of awful, evil things, and slippery, because they got out of every single situation that they were put into. And I don't know.
You know,
I had watched this before, but I'd forgotten that I had, Jeff.
I think there's two sets of bad guys, and one is the whole Dr. Rosamund Pike thing.
Judge.
And
also.
that's the living in the US part of it. And then you've got the whole Russian mob thing, and they're on a totally different level, but they're both just equally corrupt and violent. The doctor and Rosamund Pike's and administrator at the nursing home, those guys, I mean, they just lined up perfectly.
Right.
And don't
It was
forget,
all
Can you get
legal.
on- Jeff,
the
can you get
judge
in on one
was
of these deals?
critical. What?
Jeff, have you been able to get in on one of these deals where you're getting kickbacks for referring old people to? No?
No, but this gave me a lot of ideas for
I bet.
retirement.
Yeah.
We're being recorded right now. Thank you.
Oh, I know, yeah. Anybody who
Yeah, I
takes
think
this
the judge
seriously-
was just kind of clueless to what was going on.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I don't think
yes.
so. I think he just, well, maybe, but I think he was
He was
complicit
like-
too.
Oh, yeah.
I think he
See,
was
I
in on the deal.
thought he just they were they did nothing illegal. Everything doing was legal.
I
But
bet
the
that judge got
illegal-
all sorts of Christmas presents. from
Oh,
her.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But you know, it was all done legally, and that's what bothered me more than anything. That
So, Chris,
they're
Well,
sorry.
I don't know if what the doctor did was legal. Saying
oh no,
that these
no,
people are
no.
incompetent, you know,
Once
probably
they
signing
had,
her.
yeah, that was unethical, obviously, when they are all in cahoots to do it. But once it was done, it was all done legally. You get a doctor to sign off, you
Sure.
get a, you know, that kind of stuff.
Tied up with a bow.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I got
Chris,
to wondering about that. I mean, can you be
you didn't-
committed without even having an appearance or getting a notice of a hearing?
Yes. I told you, yes, I checked it. Yes, you can, but now it's a lot more, it's a lot harder to do now.
Well, that's why my
But-
wife watched the first 10 minutes and then she decided maybe something else was going to go on with me. So, so I don't need a notice to her. Okay.
there's two trains of thought here. One, we didn't like Chris didn't like the movie because there's nobody to like, and you don't like seeing old people taken advantage of and all that. Then the other part is, but did the screenwriters and the director do a good job in creating emotion with a story that made us not like characters? Was it a successful movie? It's not a documentary. I mean, you can watch it and go, oh, I can't believe that happens. Well, you don't have to believe it happens. You just have to believe that somebody made up a story that either gets you or, you know.
See, that's interesting. I kind of thought that the directors and the writers were kind of saying something against that kind of capitalism, and for lack of a better term, ethical or unethical capitalism. And I think they're trying to, that's what I was thinking. They're trying to make a point that, you know, things like this can happen, which they can, and yet it's all legal. At least the part once it's at the court stage.
A cautionary
legal.
tale.
Yeah.
I think it's just a story. Who wrote it? Is it a screenplay? Is it from something? I didn't even pay attention.
It was the writer and director was the same person, J Blakeson, but yeah, I don't know, like if there was a book or something first. I don't know. I didn't read that.
I thought it was really well written. I mean, I fell for it. I hated everybody.
Yeah.
I thought it was well written up until the car escape scene, and then
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
too far. They lost me in
The,
trying
the
to.
last 10, 15%
reel
of
it.
the movie was kind of out there.
Yeah.
Well, both of them, both Dinklage and Pike were extremely hard to kill. You could leave them out in the middle of a road naked and for hours
Yeah.
with strong drugs on board. I think the pharmacology in this movie was very weak because, you know, the sedation for Pike was not adequate to keep her asleep in the car, and then Dinklage woke up and
Yeah.
was alive and well. Really?
But
I
didn't
mean,
didn't they? I mean,
Apparently the
didn't
pharma-
they ask a question about how much does he weigh? 100, 110? This should.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
That'll do it.
I don't know. I thought
But- In the nursing home, apparently the dosages were very high and very
Oh, yeah.
effective,
Yeah.
but not out on
Yes.
the street.
but
yeah.
not enough to keep her from being able to spot what was going on, even when she was out of it.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get yours. You
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah.
You think you know what you're doing.
She saw through the fog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good.
Do you think that she really took her medications? It
I
didn't
think
show.
they probably
but
forced
if-
her.
Yeah,
she was
I would
hiding-
guess.
You think they did?
The other thing
Yeah.
is this movie makes me want to go out and buy a taser because you never
Yeah.
know when it's going to come in handy.
Yeah, and it
They
doesn't
showed
kill
up a
them.
lot.
Seemed
Lot
to
of
be the
tasers
weapon
and
of
a lot of
choice.
vaping.
Yeah,
Maybe you could buy a taser that you can
that looks
vape
like a
with and-
vape.
yeah.
Just don't mix them
From
up.
one
Yeah.
on one end, it's a vapor, and on the other, it's taser.
Taser.
It's
yeah.
it's a
Double use.
vaser, a
It's
vaser.
a
That's what it is.
vapotase.
Bill erase that idea because we don't want anybody else jumping on that before we get a chance to patent it.
Did you read it anywhere in the reviews about this vape whole thing? That apparently the backstory is that she ran a vape store and somebody moved in across the street. That was her deal before she became this guardian ad litem. But somebody came in like the Walmart of vape stores across the street and just ate her lunch and put her out of business, and that all got cut. But that was the background
Oh,
for
really?
Oh,
her vaping.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, and that's how she kind of turned to the lioness instead of the lamb.
I
'Cause,
guess.
that at the beginning about how, what was that one? There's a quote. Did I write it down? Something about oh, there's no such playing fair is a joke. There's two types of people, the lions and the lambs. Yeah, there was no such thing as, I forget how it went, but something about, if you're honest and you'll never get anywhere. Yeah, it was yeah.
Considering she was a chain vapor, she had a pretty good workout regime.
Yeah.
Working on the bicycle and the gym.
Yeah.
Rowing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
why she was able to get out of that car.
that was pretty clever to like have it go into why don't we just take this to the next level instead of doing this on a kind of a regional level, we'll do it on a world level. And that could have been a possible ending, like like you said, a cautionary tale where this turned into a international business, and
Yeah.
you're going, oh my God, look at this.
Yeah, and you show her Rick Scott's HCA history.
Yeah.
Yes,
Something like that.
yes, absolutely.
I mean, that could have been a possible ending,
Another Northtown grad.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he becomes senator. Yeah.
He graduated a year ahead of us.
Behind.
Really?
Kind of
Oh
a-
my
Oh,
God.
he was in class of 70.
I think he's a 72.
I think he's a 70.
He
Do
is
you?
a 70.
Okay. All right.
Get out your yearbook.
I don't remember him,
Just kidding. He was
I
class of
don't
70.
either.
but he was
Of course not. He looks like a turtle. With that, doesn't he?
Who are we talking about?
Rick
Rick
Scott,
he's a,
Senator from Florida.
senator from Florida that
He went
He
to our
did
high
scammed
school.
everybody on
Really?
Medicare.
he
Then
was the head of HCA.
So did Josh Shapiro.
really? No.
Who?
Shapiro?
Josh
I
Shapiro
don't know
went to your high
anything
school?
about that.
He went to he's from North Kansas City.
Josh
Hmm.
Shapiro. So you said?
Hang on. Maybe I've
Really?
got the wrong guy.
The one that's supposed to go for VP?
Yeah.
So does this
I-
kind of scam? Does it happen?
I think I've read about it happening in the past. I mean, certainly
Yeah.
not to this scale and extreme, but yeah, I've read about cases where people have been taken
And
to
they-
the cleaners in this way.
Right. And
Usually
they're
it's tied back to a family member who is trying to figure out how to scam what's left of their parents' inheritance or their estate.
right. Right.
And if you can't kill them, can you at least fleece them?
Yeah.
I see
No.
that a lot.
Shapiro's from Kansas City, but he's younger, much younger than us. I know you find that hard to believe, Jeff Arthur, but
Yeah, there.
Interesting.
Getting where it won't be too much.
Donna, have you ordered your childless cat lady shirt yet?
Yeah. Yes, and I'm wearing pearls all the time. Yes, I have. Yeah, well, we won't. Yes, I have. Yeah, yes, I have. Amongst others, like tell it to my face. Yeah, that's another good one. But
You have cats?
no, I am actually not a cat lady. I am childless, however. Yes.
okay, let's take a vote.
Or whether Donna should get a cat?
No has one.
No, I do not.
Well, you're not really childless though, are you?
Well, yes, I am, but I have grandkids. I did it the easy way, which I think is a much better way. I got grandkids without having to have kids. So I think that's the best way to do it.
It's the easy way.
Yeah, I took the easy way out. Yeah.
Have any of you like seen what's his name, Chris Messina in other movies? I kind of like Chris Messina. He was the
Yeah, but
lawyer.
The
I don't
lawyer,
remember what.
was he in Stranger Things or something? Was he in there? I can't remember.
I don't know, but I've seen him in a couple things. He's let's see. Oh, I don't see anything. I just saw him in a movie one night, really liked it. Then I saw this for a second time. I don't see any movie that he's Argo. Who was in Argo?
It's an Argo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Argo.
Yeah. But I've liked him a lot. He's still acting and all that. He did 3 movies in 2023. He's got one coming up.
Chris, did you say Mahoney had already been on TV?
Yes, at 6:30 today.
Is it about the primary?
Yes.
Gotta be.
What did he say?
I didn't get to listen to the whole thing, but there were 3 of them, and they divided up, the Democrats that are running for governor, the Republicans, and then they addressed the issues that are on the ballot as well. I didn't get to hear everything he said, but of course he was very well prepared, as you can imagine. I don't know how he.
You mean that
knows.
Trump endorsed all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, on the Republicans, yes, that was brought up too. That Trump just kind of gave everybody a blanket. Yeah, I'll endorse you. Yeah.
I'm going to vote a Republican ticket tomorrow. It's just too much fun.
I've already voted. I voted last week.
The Democrats don't matter. You're going to get to vote for them again in November.
Good.
But the Republicans, I got to vote for Bill Eigel.
You declare your party tomorrow.
I'm voting for anybody who had a burning machine. So, Holly
God.
Raider,
Oh,
Will, whatever the hell his name is.
yeah. We had a lady, a Secretary of State, or I don't know.
There's been a run on flamethrower rentals this season. Can't find them. They're all checked out.
Oh my God.
Oh, the commercials are just hideous. It's like, how stupid do they think we are? But I guess there's a lot of people that fall for it. So yeah, there are stupid ones around.
Oh yeah.
Here's the part I don't understand. There's all this, almost every campaign ad has something about selling property to China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I own a farm, who the hell are you to tell me who I can sell it to?
Yeah, they do that. But for a few years, they let it go so that Smithfield, which is a Chinese company that makes bacon, could buy land in Missouri.
And what's wrong with that? If I
And,
want to sell my pig farm to China,
and now all their talk in their campaign ads is we're going to take it back from them. Well, good luck with that.
Jeez, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't Japan own Harvard? And doesn't Japan own a big portion of Harvard and Yale? I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know you could own a college.
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, they did buy interest in the college, I believe.
I know
Now,
back in the 80s, there was all this concern that the Japanese were buying up key properties in New York City. And what they forgot is the City Council of New York sets the property tax rates. And if you want to buy the property, go for it. But we get to tell you
how much we're going to,
how much
yeah.
property tax you pay. And they backed off. It's like, okay, we didn't think that through.
We didn't mean it.
But I didn't know that selling farms to China was an issue.
Yeah. Well, and they're catching it in how close is it to Knob Noster and Whiteman Air Force Base, and how close is it to the boot camp up the road?
Any
you're
kind of defense.
You're buying my
defense
pig farm
targets.
to spy on Whiteman Air Force Base, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So who approves that sale? Keller Williams?
Yeah, that's their campaign manager.
Jeez.
And the all the fuss over sending, all the immigrants that are invading Missouri.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the invasion. Oh, my God.
So we send our immigrant treasurer down there to knock on the fence.
Jeff Arthur, are you in a campaign season there? Are you guys having primaries or anything?
Yeah, we are. Yep.
Do you have flame-throwing right-wingers running for office?
There's a few. Yeah, there are some real whack jobs running for governor.
But do they have flamethrowers?
We've got a real lock on that. Could you imagine if you drove around Kansas or Nebraska or Indiana, how many flamethrower ads there'd be on TV tonight?
And how does the ad go? I mean, what is the flamethrower for?
Well, the box will say transgender bull or books in school or pick your right-wing topic. And then they will proceed to burn the hell out of these boxes, which is
letting boys compete against girls in sports. I'll snuff that out.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's a clown show. It's a clown show.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
It's a bunch of clowns running for office.
If there's still a House Un-American Activities Committee, we're all going to get called in front of it.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have targets on our backs. You know that.
Oh.
I think we're going to have to wear, D's on our, as a patch on our clothing.
We're going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best
Bill
part.
Barnhart, what's your pick?
Oh, my pick for next week is a movie called Parasite.
Parasite.
I think I think it won the 2017 Academy Award for Best Picture. And the 2017 Academy Award for it got a name change, right? Best foreign film, best international picture, something like that.
I think it won both.
Won both, yeah.
What's it on, Bill? You know?
I do. It's free on HBO, I think, which isn't free. But
It's Max now, right?
but also you can get it on Prime for like $4.
Okay.
And I have seen it before, but I'll be interested to revisit it.
I just got an email today that my Netflix account which is a basic membership. They're going to lower the price, but then now it's going to have ads.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I already have that.
I think
That's what
Parasite's
I have.
available at it's available at Blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did anybody watch CBS Sunday Morning?
Yes.
I did.
Did you see Philippe Petit in there?
Yes.
Our guy from Man on Wire.
Oh,
Man
yeah.
on Wire. Yeah. That was
It's
great.
50 years since he walked between the towers. And on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., I wrote down, I don't know if that's Eastern or our time. He's walking through the cathedral, the St. John the Divine Cathedral in New York City. He's going to be walking a high wire down through
Yeah.
that. I thought, oh, look at that. We've seen that movie.
Yeah.
It was fun to have him talk about it. But
Yeah. 50
How old
years.
is he now? He's got to be.
I
pretty
think
old.
he was 74. Isn't-
4. He's 74. They mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's 74.
Well,
and
that's not
still-
that old.
Thank you,
Right.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes,
Make it up.
thank you. It
Make it up.
certainly
Played.
isn't.
He's looking for redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
movie, by the way.
I watched, sorry. I'm just gonna say I watched a good series on Netflix called Eric. We
What's
talked
it
about it
called?
before. Eric, ERIC. It's
Oh,
about
yeah.
6 episodes long, and I liked it. I don't know, but
What's it about?
it's about this man that works on the set of a show for children called Good Day Sunshine, and he develops the characters that are in it, and then they like Sesame Street type of characters.
I watched
then-
that.
His son runs away. I shouldn't tell you this part, but it's interesting how his son survives and then how dad finds him. And some of the problems that are going on in the family, alcoholism is just rampant, just raging. So, but it's pretty good.
Is Eric the main character or the son?
The Sun.
Eric is one of the characters that was made up for the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of the puppets.
In honor of the Sun.
Okay.
And the son is an artist that's almost as good as his dad, which is kind of weird too. But
And what's that on, Chris?
Netflix. Yeah. Other than that, I'm watching Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics
Tired
have
of
been
them. No, so I don't-
fabulous. Yeah.
I watched, was it called Your Honor? Is that the
Yes, that's
I watched
good.
it through the first series and then stopped because I thought it went off the table.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I love the first part. That second part, no. I somehow have been getting into AI for some reason. And I watched a series called Travelers. It's I don't know. It's Eric McCormick is the lead in it, and it's about AI in the future has the ability to send a consciousness into someone that's dying right today. So people die, and then another consciousness comes in. So it's you guys might think it's weird. I kind of liked it though. I thought it was kind of interesting, especially since it takes place, in 2021. I think it took place in, and
So they come into the dead person's body?
yeah, but the person, I mean, the person dies and immediately, and they're supposed to die anyway. They have the recorded time of death, they're supposed to die anyway with natural causes. They're not causing the death. But when this person is dying, whether it's an accident, whatever it is, the last 10 seconds of their death, they kind of, all of them like hold their head and start screaming in pain for about 10 seconds. And then after the other consciousness comes in, it just kind of has to kind of try to be that person. You know, if they're married, if they're whatever they are, they've already know who these people are, and they try to get into their
And they come back to
persona.
life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, at the second that the last 10 seconds of death becomes the first second of the new not personality, but the new life. And it's just kind of interesting. I'm liking it better than I thought I would like it, but it's just kind of interesting.
What's it called?
About
Why do they have to? Go ahead. Sorry.
Travelers.
What?
travelers.
It's called Travelers or
What's
Travel.
it on?
It's on Netflix. And
Why
know,
do they
and
have
that-
to
and-
pretend they're the same person?
because they're in that person's body.
Right,
So,
but
so the person always dies alone. Well, not necessarily now that I think about it, but the person dies and then they come then they kind of wake up. They die, they
so
wake
this
up.
is not a sanctioned event. This
So Chris, you've seen
Sanctioned?
this?
Well, it is sanctioned. It's not like that. It's like in the future, they're trying to change the country, the world is coming to an end if they don't change their ways. So they're trying to get people to do that, to change things.
all right. I'll have to
Uh,
watch it to get the backstory.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I mean, I think it was interesting. And then the other one that I watched, which was a movie, and you guys, I think, have already seen it. I think it's called Leave the World Behind. Does that ring a bell? With Julia Roberts
Yeah.
and
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, the guy that was I forget his name, but the guy that was in Kevin Bacon and Ethan Hawke. Yeah, that
We
one.
watched it like a year. It was out like a year ago.
Yeah, it's been out for a while, but I had never saw it. And
This the approaching meteors
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Was it Meteors?
Well,
Okay. I think it was a war. I think it was like a
Yeah.
war.
remember there was some kind of AI attack. All the cars were running into.
Oh,
Right. I love that all the Teslas were running into each other because they were all self-driving and no one's in the car and they're all running into each other. That was kind of fun.
Marshif Ali or something like that. The one
The
guy.
guy that was in Green Book,
Yeah, Marshif
Yeah.
Ali, I think, or something.
something Ali. Yeah.
I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
And
if you like that kind of stuff, it's pretty good. It's like reboots Marvel in a lot of ways, but it's pretty good, and that part of it's pretty good. So it was fun.
Is it humorous like Deadpool was?
Yes, absolutely, and it kind of like it kind of reflects on Marvel, and there's some characters that you've seen in the past that come back into it, because even the Wolverine character, he died like 3 years ago. They killed him off 3 years ago. So they have a way that they do it so they're reflecting on characters of the past. But it was fun. And I'm not big on Marvel, really. I'm not. I mean, I'll see one once in a while. If they say it's good, I'll go see it. But I don't. I'm like not waiting for the next
right.
or anything like that. Honest.
Honest. But September 2025. Okay.
Yeah.
But I am excited for the new Horizon movie to come out. That's like August 16th, and I don't know if I talked about this last week, but I watched the first Horizon movie and I had to,
Yeah, you talked about it. You
Oh,
bought
yeah.
I bought it. And then I
Mhm.
read an article that is making a huge comeback on home purchasing, because it did
Mhm.
terrible in the theaters.
Yeah.
So they think it's going to be okay. But I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to the second movie. I thought it was good.
So is it going to be $20 a pop?
I don't know. But if you go to the theater, if Patty and I go to the theater to see the second one, we'll pay $20,
Hmm.
right? I mean, good luck getting it.
Oh, yeah.
Not if you go on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right, $6.
And we do.
$5 here. Yeah,
We do that.
of course.
When do the new movies show up at Blockbuster anyway?
Wow.
Jeff, it was a good movie. I'd not seen it before, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
There's a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, there was.
I want to say, Jeff Copeland, I like your goatee. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Thank
does.
you. Maybe it needs some color. I mean, it's a blank slate. I could pretty much do anything in there. Little
That's right.
should have done.
He
some
went
stuff
with
the
Grecian
Rolling
on
Stones.
top and the beard.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, that would look
I
weird.
think
It would.
I think you could paint it
Leave
up
it as
for Pride
is.
Week, Jeff.
Pride Week.
Yeah. Multicolor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Roy G. Biv.
After we get done with this tonight, I'll go watch the final House of Dragons. It's been pretty good.
Oh, has it?
This is the end of the second season, and they had the finale last night, and I was out of town doing all the Johnny Morse stuff, giving my money to Johnny Morse and all that. But I'll watch House of Dragons. It has it all revolves around this time when there were dragons, so that they have some pretty good special effects. It's kind of like an Air Force deal, but instead of having airplanes, they have dragons flying all over the place.
Now tell me again about how you don't like Marvel.
I have no patience for that kind of stuff at all.
When were there dragons?
Way before King Arthur.
When my grandkids were 5, there was lots of them around here.
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And unicorns.
Yeah.
Well, I got any
Well,
other-
Bill, I liked Game of Thrones, so I'm sure I would like this. I haven't watched it yet, but
yeah,
I liked Game of Thrones, so I think I'd like this too.
yeah. It's written by the same people, and it
Right.
filters into the whole storyline of what's going on. Yeah, if you like that, you would probably like this series.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have kids that like eat it up, and they'll sit there and they'll say, "Oh, that's because of in the future, she's gonna kill him," and I'm going, okay, whatever, whatever. Thanks for the tip.
Jack. Okay.
But they're pretty good. All right.
I smell dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Great, Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you
Jeff.
bet.
Good luck.
Appreciate that.
Vote tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jeff, thanks for giving us a bunch of people to hate all at once.
Oh, that's right.
It'd be all right. Y'all take care.
All right.
Jeff,
You too.
Jeff, Arthur, tell him we're thinking about him.
I will. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
See you guys.
you.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Chris.
Girls.
Yes. Yes.
Pretty good pictures in Jamaica, weren't they?
Oh, yours? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. All of your family and everything. That's
Yeah.
fabulous. What a nice trip that you had.
We had a great time.
Are you talking
Mhm.
about on Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were.
It's-
Yeah, I know Patty saw him. I didn't know if you did or not.
Yeah, Patty's all over him.
Yeah. Then I put mine from Hawaii on there too, so you can look at
Yeah.
those. We were just world travelers, but yeah,
And New
looks
Mexico.
had great time. Oh yeah, New Mexico. Yeah. I don't-
I'm going back to New Mexico in a month, so, and Utah.
Are you going for a while?
About 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Hmm,
Get it out and get it moved.
nice.
Till it
Alright.
gets too cold in Utah to stick around anymore.
Nice.
Oh,
All right, y'all. I'll see you. I'll just
Take
leave.
care.
all of you, take care. You
I
bet.
think,
Bye-bye.
I think I may try and at least text Sandy